Hey guys, this is my review for the Glarry GP Bass. So before starting the review, I just want to disclose that Glarry did send me this bass, but they didn't tell me what to say. So I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about this Glarry P bass. So I decided to go with the Glarry GP bass because in 2005 I started out on a Squier P bass in red. So this bass is very similar to the very first bass I played 16 years ago. So the reason I chose this bass back in 2005 is because Mikey Way of My Chemical Romance, he used a red Fender P bass in the Helena music video, and I kind of wanted to have the same bass as him. So earlier in the year, Glarry did send me a Burning Fire bass, and I already see some striking similarities to that bass. It's very lightweight body, it's made out of basswood. The neck, it's the same C profile shaped neck, and then I believe it's the same set of strings as well, so it does feel very similar to that bass. So overall, let's start with the pros for this bass. I gotta say, for $100, it really is a great value. When I got my Squier P bass in 2005, I believe it was about $150. And this bass is already a lot better than that Squier bass. Squier had a different reputation back in 2005. I would say their Affinity series is much better now than it was in 2005. But you also have to look at the Squier Affinity series is almost $300 as opposed to the Glarry, which is only $100. So besides the price point, let's talk about the pickups. If it's a P pickup, you really can't go wrong with it. It definitely sounds better than the Squier P bass that I had in 2005. It's not gonna blow you away. You still have to remember this is a $100 bass. So another pro of this bass is they have so many different variations of the bass. There's 8 different colors if you get the rosewood neck, and then there's 5 different colors if you decide to go upgrade for the maple neck, which is their GP version 2. So I know a lot of companies similar to Glarry's level, they don't offer these kind of color options, so it's really nice to see that Glarry has so many selections. Now, con is they don't have a green bass. If they had a green GP bass with the maple neck, I think that would be perfect for me. It's very rare to see green basses at the starter level. So the last pros of this bass that really stood out to me was that the bass is a very lightweight body, which is nice for beginners. I know you don't want to have a 10, 12 pound bass when you're just starting out. All right, so let's talk about the cons of this bass. So the first con that I have with this bass, as well as all Glarry basses, is that they have a C-shaped neck. Problem with that, I mean, people like C-shaped necks, I get that, but for this bass, it's really an entry-level bass, and as a beginner, I wouldn't want to start with a C-shaped neck. I definitely want at least a modern C neck. Don't need a thin C, but definitely a modern C would be ideal for players, and it does hinder your ability to play quickly. I can't play as quickly on this bass as I would on some of my other basses, but as a starter, the C shape works fine. Another con with this bass is the pickup output. It's still a little quiet. It's not terrible, but it could definitely be louder. And the third con I have with this bass is the neck dive. So because the bass body is so light and the neck so heavy, there's just a lot of neck dive, which is inconvenient. It's not as bad as something like a Thunderbird bass, but it's still very noticeable. So overall, for $100, I'm super impressed with this bass. I mean, my Squier bass in 2005, I mean, the pickup sounded terrible. It was set up horribly when I got the bass, and I could never quite get the action right, but on this bass, I got the action pretty low, which has been fantastic. And it's just super nostalgic for me, just seeing this red P bass again. It's really great to see companies like Glarry and Harley Benton, you know, they're putting out quality instruments for affordable prices, because now Squiers, the Affinity is starting at like 250, 280, and that's just out of reach for some people. So it's great to see alternatives like this. So again, big shout out to Glarry for sending me this bass. If you're interested in the bass, there's a link below in the description. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks, guys.